You know, I kind of grew up in the last couple of years from swinging around poles on podiums to then having to be, hang on, I've got my own business now and company, so I've got to walk a straight line. You know, there's one point of, you know, being a crazed kid or whatever to being a middle-aged man. You know, there's a very fine line between, you know, doing it stylishly and making a fool of yourself. So I kind of thought, okay, hang up the young image and kind of go for a slightly more controlled one. Slightly eccentric, but still the same Allister, but more controlled one.
Yeah.
Well, the thing was, my family used to say, you know, I led a wacky life. And what seemed normal to me then, looking back now, yes, it was quite wacky. I knew some very famous people. I knew some very dangerous people. I'd be sitting at a dinner table with someone very rich and someone very poor, and I never judged people. It's just, I was always surrounded by interesting people. My sister always used to say, if there was a drama waiting to happen, it would find me. You know, I love talent, I love originality, I love different. Anything that's different or goes slightly against the grain always captures my attention, and it takes a lot to capture my attention. But I don't have any heroes as such, people I admire in history, but if I had to pick anyone, to me, it would without a doubt be Oscar Wilde, the greatest wit. You know, he has been a very big influence on me. I love his work. I love the story of his life. It wasn't such a great life, but he was a very, very talented person, and I can read his books over and over again. So Oscar Wilde had a very big influence on me. I've seen people shot in Belfast, and I've not often, but I've seen the riots and whatever. And I arrived in Zimbabwe just after the coup had started with Mugabe. There's a lot I've seen, and as I say, you know, I take a lot in. I didn't realise I was doing it at the time, but I'm a bit of a sponge, and I kind of absorbed everything. I love to dance. I love to dance the podium. I love to capture crowd's attention. You know, it's a buzz for anyone. I always say I'll go where the wind blows, providing it's not a hurricane. But then again, I've thrown myself into hurricanes before, so I'll go where the wind blows, providing it's a nice northwesterly breeze kind of thing. And if it captures my attention, I love new ventures as well. I love new. I love to meet new people. Interesting people fascinate me. If they've got a story to tell, or a skeleton in the closet or whatever, anything that's slightly out of the norm will grab my attention. You know, when you say, do I have regrets? I don't have any really, but one of the few regrets I used to go to amazing locations like Zimbabwe and Victoria Falls, and I used to sit with my Walkman on after watching an amazing sunsets go down and think, oh, I'll be back in London in a few days and I can go to such and such a club. And when I look back, I'd seen all this beauty that I just took for granted. So yeah, I wish I could have taken more appreciation and pleasure out of the places I've been, and not have to want to run home so quickly to hit the next night spot. You know? And then, as fate should have it, I end up with my own. You know, I kind of got everything I never wished for.